Hello, we're taking two. I forgot to actually turn my screen, so you would have been, it was telling me to go upside down. Hi everybody, how are we tonight? Day 4 of 7. I can't believe we're up to day 4. It's insane. We've only got 3 to go after this. I hope everybody has been enjoying the content. And, if you jump on today, send me some love hearts or, let me know in even messages or on the post if you're enjoying it. Because as somebody who's sharing the content, hello, thanks for watching. I don't know, if people don't like, comment, or, send you sort of that feedback, you have no idea if they're actually enjoying what you're saying. So if you're watching and you're rewatching on the replay or you're watching live, send some love hearts. Thanks for the love hearts, Jules. And yeah, so that's a good way of connecting too. Today's topic is planning for success. It's actually quite a short one today, short and sweet. So I just want to recap a little bit over what we've been through already and how everybody's going with that. And also to point out that normally this information that I've been giving over this week is normally filtered out over, I do this sort of thing over 8 weeks. Because I've found that sort of bombarding with lots of information can, all at one time, can be a bit overwhelming. So you've got these videos to watch at any point. They're going to be on my page. You can, if you write or comment on them, you'll have that sort of interaction there. You can save it and re-watch. Thanks for the feedback. That's awesome. So you can re-watch it at any time. So you're gonna get lots of information, which is really awesome, and I'm doing it in a really short time frame. But go back, re-watch, relearn, because we do sort of have that information come and go out of our heads quite quickly. So I'd love it if you just, for you, can go back and was something that really resonated with you. Like the day 1, which we're going to recap on, was self-love. Like my favorite, absolutely love self-love topic. And I'd love to hear if anyone's incorporated any of the tips. Like we went through what it means, self-care, self-love, self-respect, and some amazing tips. Thanks for everyone jumping on. Hey, some amazing tips there. We went through gratitude work, mirror work, really being grateful for our bodies and all they do for us. We went through affirmations, just touching on all the things, really talking about moving because we love our body, not because we hate it. And that's a really big message that went back with that day 1. And then we went through day 2, which was sleep. And I had a few comments on there today because I know it's a really touchy subject for people, because in that way that it can be really hard for people to get the quality sleep and the sleep that they would really like. And that's what we talked a lot about, prioritizing it as a form of self-love and self-respect. So that goes in with day 1. So really looking at how you can do that. And we had a few comments on, when you're waking up feeling tired, and it doesn't just necessarily mean you're not getting enough sleep. Sometimes we can be getting enough sleep, but tomorrow we're going to touch on stress. And stress will play a big role into you getting that quality of restorative sleep. So look at what else could be causing it. You could be having foods that your body feels it doesn't tolerate very well, so your digestion keeps you up at night. There can be a million reasons. So to look at the whole picture is what is really helpful. So we touched on that, and we did also touched on what you can do to help. So my mind said, we talked about reducing technology, avoiding large meals, I just had a chamomile tea. It's my favorite thing to do before I go to bed. It's a really nice way to wind down. I think it gives my body a signal that this is nighttime and we're going to bed. I'm going to bed after this. I've spent some amazing, beautiful days with my sister-in-law, but I did stay up later, which is very unusual for me. And we're all human. Remember that, we're all human, and we all do things that aren't perfect. That is so normal and okay. And so I'm a little bit more tired than I would normally be, and that has an effect in my body. So when you're chronically tired, you feel that, and I can feel it only for a day in my body. I can feel that, and I feel my energy's down. So I'll really prioritize getting those early nights for the next few nights. And then last night we touched on hunger, and that I found, can really people sometimes think I'm talking about like starving yourself when I talk about that information, but that is so not the case. So it's just about really hormones, and like we went through tips to learn to read your body again, intuitive eating. That is sort of my passion, and this information won't necessarily be for everybody because not everybody will resonate with that. Some people would like to do a restricted program because that's the way they work and they need that strict guidelines. And you know, this is why there's so many people out there sharing information, because you will go to the people that resonate with you and for you. So yeah, we talked about the hunger, learning to read your body. We did, like we said, intuitive eating, mindfully eating, and that beautiful quote at the end, which is really about self-respect and nurture and love for our bodies. So we're going to jump into planning today. And I want to say, is anyone else freezing today? It is so cold for my little cold body. Is anyone else get as cold as me? Oh, yes. Anyway, so today we're going to get into planning. And the first quote I want to start with is, failing to plan is a plan to fail. And that is huge. And it also relates to goals. So we're going to touch on goals as well. Because basically, if you're going on a holiday, you cannot not plan your holiday. How would you get there? You say, right, I'm going to Hawaii, and then you do nothing else. You're still going to be sitting on your chair wishing to go to Hawaii. So, you know, planning is crucial for your success. It avoids you going to the supermarket and standing there in the aisles. It's like, what am I going to get for dinner tonight? You know, like, it's a time saver. I personally find, for me, like, and I haven't done it my whole life, I can remember sort of doing that same thing, standing in, what am I going to cook, or going to the supermarket every few days, or some people go every day. Again, that takes up a lot more time. And then I sort of transitioned to, thanks for watching, guys. Then I transitioned to going and sort of buying a certain amount of food and then deciding on that night, when we used to eat meat too, we'd have a chicken then, and then we'd have this meal then, and then we'd have that then, but we'd decide on the day. To now transitioning to planning my whole week, which we're going to get into later. So it's a work in progress, just like I've been saying all along. Nobody's perfect, and to jump from the way that you may have been doing it now to a way that would be an ideal for you is going to take time. Just like the evolution of how I've changed my eating patterns over the last 20 years. They've completely changed. What I used to think was healthy for me years ago, and what I used to eat then, is very different from what I ate now and what I ate 20 years before that. So as we learn more information about what feels good for us, what is healthy and what actually feels good for us, then we change those habits. But like I said, it's a gradual thing, and that's why I think a lot of people fail in their health journeys, because they're going from one extreme to another extreme. And that is really challenging, because you're changing everything about what you do and who you are in that time, and then it just all drops off because it's hard to maintain that. You do it gradually, and why I filter information slowly, and why I did a post the other day on focus on one thing. Yeah, focus on one thing. Just focus on water and increasing your water content for, talk a lot with my hands here, water content for, 4 weeks, right? We're going to work on that and implement it. Because if you're trying to do water, eat low sugar, have no alcohol, have no dairy, if that's your thing, like increase my exercise to 6 times a week, and you've got all these things happening at once, it's very overwhelming and stressful and hard to maintain. So gradually make those changes and implement them. Segued off planning then. So some tips for planning. If you have any questions, you can pop them in now or pop them in later. I see a few more people watching. Hi, guys. Basically, sit down, whatever day works for you. We seem to think it's going to take, most people think, oh God, it's going to take too much time to do this. But trust me, you will spend far more time in the supermarket or thinking about what you're going to cook on a daily basis. I just need a water, 1 second. So this takes not much time. Sit down and meal plan. Not only will you save time then, but you actually get to balance out what you're having for the week. And that's what I'll kind of do with my meal. I'll have it out and I'll plan out from Monday to Sunday and then cross off if we're out or something. And then plan out, we are vegetarian, pescatarian. So I'll plan out a fish meal, and then it may be a lentil meal, and maybe a chickpea, and it may just be like a vegetable meal, and then another fish meal. So you get to really balance out. So if you were eating meat, you could be a red, change one thing, Michelle. It is really helpful. And make sure you implement that first. So you might do a red meat meal, and then you might do a vegetarian meal, because it's still really good as a meat eater to eat less meat, because as a society we're eating far too much meat. So incorporate some vegetarian meals in your diet. So get that real balance with the meat, the vegetarian, fish. So you can look at over the week and think, wow, I've really balanced out my week. Once you've done that, then you can food shop from that point, because you've got, for me, I love Pinterest. I have right behind me in this cabinet. You guys can see actually up the top there. Well, that's all my personal development books there. Oh, and some health ones, some food ones. But up the top is full of cookbooks, all healthy cookbooks. They've changed over time. The other ones I had 20 years ago have all gone. Now, those are my books, and I'm a little bit obsessed. My husband thinks that I have way too many, and I still want more all the time. I love them. But I use that in Pinterest and work out the recipes, and then I base my food shopping on those recipes. So I'll write down all the ingredients I need, and so sometimes they're obviously things that I already make, so I know what I need, and then I shop from that. So when you can do it either out, or to save time for some people, do it online shopping. I did that for a long time. I have a bit more time in my schedule now, so when I do enjoy going to the supermarket, some people hate it, so it's a great tip for there too. But online shopping, because you have it all up there. You look, once you've worked out your ingredients, and the first couple of times can be harder because you're trying to look up everything online. Once you've done it for those first couple of times, it's there, like on regular bought food, what do we call it? And you just click on all those. So it's quick. It's a time saver. You've got all your food in your pantry and your fridge. You do not need to go to the supermarket for the rest of the week. It's there. You go to on the day, I've got it up on my fridge. I keep it on just a little whiteboard so that I can cross it off what I'm cooking. It's already got like Monday to Saturday, Sunday on it. And I will go and look in the morning. And if you were a meat eater, you may look the night before. You may need to take some meat out of the freezer the night before, which is what we used to do. So I'll look up there and I'll be like, oh, I'm cooking that tonight. And then I also know if I need to prepare something, like if I need to prepare some vegetables earlier so that it's just quick when I need to do the dinner. It's a time saver. And that's what we're after. We're after you buying less junk when you're walking around the supermarket, because what tends to happen when you're walking around, especially if you're going on a daily basis, which I know a lot of people do, you will grab more food, particularly probably because you're doing it on the way home from work, so you're hungry. And then you'll just grab more stuff unnecessarily because you are hungry anyway. And then you've got it there, either go to wastage in you or in the bin. So either, not great. So that's a really good one. Take the time out, do that. You actually find that you will save a lot more money than because buying that unnecessarily food that you may buy when you're at the supermarket, and it actually eases stress. I've heard some of my clients say to me, oh God, it's just so stressful trying to think of something to cook every night. Just think that takes the stress out of it, because you're quietly sitting down just working out what you'll have over the week. And somebody said to me, what if you don't feel like it on that day? And you may not, but 9.5 times out of 10, it's fine, because it's all food that I enjoy. And I don't really think about it. So if you, on those days you could switch a day around, but actually I really feel like that tonight, let's switch that. But the ingredients are there. So it eases stress. I find anything that I can do, which we're getting into stress tomorrow night, to relieve stress out of your life, then do it. And that's why planning and food shopping online, I don't do that so much anymore, like I said, but online took a major stress out of my life at the time when I had a little baby and a toddler. So anything that you can do that helps like that, do it. And I did want to touch on goals and scripting, because when I was saying about failing to plan is a plan to fail, that also relates to goals. When we are not setting some sort of goal of what we're wanting to achieve. And it doesn't have to be I like goals and script, but goals can be quite broad, and we can just say, well, I want to get fit, or I want to lose weight, or, you know, they're not very specific. It doesn't really give us an idea of how that might feel for us. So scripting, and I touched a little bit about this in the self-love talk, is an amazing, amazing tool where you script how you would like to see yourself. So for my women, for example, doing an 8-week program, and this is all in the information for them there that they get when they start, is to script how they see themselves feeling, looking, being at the end of the 8 weeks. So it may be whatever time frame works for you. It may be shorter, it may even be where you see yourself in 4 weeks, and then you can think you're making those changes towards 8 weeks, to 12 weeks, towards 6 months, towards a year, whatever, wherever you see your vision going. And because we also sometimes have this thing, right, it's not happening quick enough. I want to lose weight, and why isn't it happening now? Yeah, so these things take time, and have a projection of sort of how you want to feel in a year, how you want to feel in 6 months, and bring it back. And then sit yourself with how you really see yourself, feel it, experience it, like I wouldn't say taste it, but use all the senses and visualize yourself there. Visualize yourself as the person you are wanting to be at the end of this 8 weeks, 12 weeks, a year, or where just, you can use this for anything. It doesn't just have to be how you see yourself if you're on a health journey or anything like that. It can be used for anything. So that is sort of my last big tip there. And I have an amazing quote. I'm going to have to read it from here because it's quite long, and one of my ladies posted it, and I just thought it was really beautiful because I post, like I've said before, in the group on a daily basis, and post a lot of mindset stuff and content that we've talked about, and images and all sorts of amazing things I love in there. But this is one that one of the ladies posted, and she'll probably remember when I read it to you if she watches this. You can rise up from anything. You can completely recreate yourself. Nothing is permanent. You're not stuck. You have a choice in every moment, and you can think new thoughts. You can create new habits. All that matters is right now, that you decide today to change and never look back. Let's just breathe that one in again. That's my favorite thing then to do with the quote now. Love it. So when you hear that, read it, listen to it, and then listen to it again, and then just really sit with that and feel it again in your body. Because those quotes, they really can hit your heart space and feel amazing and help kind of like project you into the information that we've been talking about. So tomorrow's topic is stress. So we went through all the planning today. Remember the little tips, planning your meal plans, supermarket shopping, all of that. And I can't wait to talk about stress tomorrow night. I'm going to share a little bit about my story and experience with stress. And yeah, it's going to be a goodie. So remember, like I've said, every night, if this content resonates with you and you can see other people getting value from it, please share it. Share it on your page, share it with them. Send me some love hearts, write some comments, send me a message. I love hearing from you guys, and have an amazing night, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye.